Hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sports Cars. Week 32, August. Sun's out, it's definitely summer. Wiping a breath every 5 minutes, it's extremely hot out. Probably a bit too hot almost for our cars almost. Sometimes it's sitting there at the traffic lights, it'll be absolutely roasting. Certainly feel like I've been in the barbecue most of the week. But a great busy workshop week, as well as parts going out the doors, kits and stuff like that as well. So fantastic, but we had the first IVA this week since about March time, I think it was. First time pass on the Mazda RX-5, so very happy with that. But if you follow the manual, that's what it's there for, and the guidelines to it all, shouldn't be any problem. So hopefully, I know there's a few of you waiting in the queue at the moment, people who are doing in builds, very frustrating. Hopefully at some point they'll start getting the cars through now for us, and we can start enjoying some of this nicer weather that's headed our way. So yeah, what we're going to do now, I'll just head out into the workshop. We've had all different manner of things in this week. So first car out in the workshop this week, the Westfield XTR-2. We've had in now a couple of weeks. It's going back to the customer today. It's had a sort of spanner check, nut and bolt check. Things like even like the seats that were moving around have all been tightened up and buttoned up. We've got in, the main reason for this was the exhaust system. The manifold here on the headers was actually hitting the bulkhead, so to get it out we had to move the engine back as well, disconnect the engine a bit, get this out even. It's actually, you can see, you can get your hand pretty much behind there now, and we've put some heat shield in here, extra one, and exhaust wrapped the whole system, but we had to chop and modify these two top pipes here to get that clearance from the bulkhead. That was also hitting the bonnet that goes on here on this system, so we've dropped and lowered that as well. Chain guard, stop all the grease flying up onto the exhaust, which was burning the smoke in here. This bracket was modified. The airbox was hitting also the bonnet as well when you put it on, so you couldn't get two of the DUS fasteners in. So we chopped and modified the airbox as well. Really could do with a foam filter, to be honest with you, but you'd need a remap then because the scoop comes on, which is here. This scoop is designed to duct air into that, so maybe that's something, I mean, we will suggest that to the customer anyway, because he's got this sort of contraption of a cold air feed which really isn't doing anything, to be honest with you. It's kind of twisted and bent. So we corner weighted the car for him as well. We haven't changed geometry on that. It's actually put it on the scales, it's pretty good. You know, sort of 50-50 corner weight anyway, so it wasn't really much to do. It's obviously been set up by someone else before it came to our hands. 534 kilos. I did read somewhere these meant to be sub 500, but it's not, unfortunately. It's 534 with a Gen 1 booster. So yeah, that's the Westfield. It's all buttoned up. We had a couple of problems with the throttle linkage getting jammed and stuck on full throttle. We'd modified the pedal box, so that's been the linkage, and that has done as well, and a couple other little niggly bits that we had to deal with. But onto the 13s instead of 15-inch wheels as now. So they look bit nicer actually, the 13s, must say. So yeah, just to go back to the customer today and then create some space for some more work that's got to come in. So So, Hayabusa Turbo time. Right, as you know, this project's been going on for a little while now. We've had some electrical gremlins, we've been ironing them out. Yesterday we had a SBD, we had a web call with them and just sorting out all the parameters on the ECU, which should be flashing some of the sensors to make the ECU talk to the engine to get it all running. Good news is she's all running now, so that's a start. Now we'll start to do the final details, some very temporary fixes in while we need to keep all the wiring exposed to what we was doing. But yeah, we fire her up. And there she goes. So with the AIM dashboard, there's still some parameters to configure on that one, but we'll get that dialed in. Bore temperatures, oil pressures, neutral lights, etc. There's a couple of options we can do on the dashboard, but all the Savage switches all lit up, etc. So yeah, sounds pretty sweet. And obviously it will head off to dyno. Once we do these final licks, we'll reach out to our partners at RLM to do that one for us. But yeah, good news is she's running. and start to button this up in the next week, and then off the dyno. So that's where you'll sort of see it heading then. I'm sure Phil will be very pleased to hear it running at last. So yeah. So Project Genesis, the Indy RR Hayabusa, moved on with this again this week. Pre-peg front wings are on with the wing stays, all powder coated in black. I've been tidying up the engine bay as well, a few bits to do left on that. Boot cover, carbon boot cover has been fitted now, carbon effect has been fitted today. It looks rather tidy and very neat. Great for easy access as well. Now they weigh nothing, so at least you can get into the rear of the car, but they weigh nothing. So if you're looking for saving weight, you know, it's a good way rather than the sheets and etc. Harnesses are in, and yeah, this one, I promised you last week, this runs as well. So we've fired it up. So it's a kill switch on the side here. We have ignition. Got the standard dials in here from the Hayabusa. Press the go button. It's running all good. Got our standard gauges in here for oil pressure and oil temperature. Obviously we've got the standard clocks, and that's everything that's in there. That looks really smart, very neat actually. Yeah, that all runs nicely. Another tick off the list for that one. This is super close to being finished now. Got some bonnet catches, bits and bobs to tidy up, geo to do, call to weight it, etc. But yeah, this is nearly buttoned up pretty much now. We'll just do preliminary. Obviously we've got to do some testing on it as well. We run through everything, get everything running up to temperatures and make sure it's all good. But yeah, always good to get the first fires on them as well. Cool, next car, we move on. So on with the Caterham project. Last week we spoke about the exhaust system. It was hanging right down here on the floor. Looked terrible, all the angles are wrong. That's all been chopped, modified and moved up to make the angles right now. Looks much better, very lightweight race co. We're on with some wiring problems on this one for its pre-MOT. So it had no brake lights, fog light, that's been done now, all working. We've got the indicators next to sort out, but the electrics are a bit, I'm going to say, bird's nest comes to mind. So we'll have a look at that anyway. So it's the indicators to do on it next, and then we'll crack on. We've had to we made new brackets and that for the exhaust down there, but then it's hopefully should be ready for its MOT. So
what is this engine?
That's a Hayabusa engine, Gen 2. Was a brand new crate engine, I do believe as well. RLM mat tip as well. I think it was made 185 at the wheels. But ran in Mag 7s, he did for a while, but now he's going to use it more of a track and road toy. That's why he's getting it all ready for the road again with all the headlights back on, indicators, and that's why we're trying to diagnose all the little gremlins that were there, and then we'll get the MOT done in it for him as well. So yeah, so be able to have a little bit of fun on the road, more track time maybe, but as a track day, unfortunately it's expensive racing. That's basically what it boils down to. It's budget. We've all got budgets to work to, so at least it's still become a awesome track toy as well. Well, that's it for week 32. Bit of a snapshot there for you, but as I say, IVA is always good. Gone through this week since March, so first time passed on that one, as I said earlier. Fantastic. Couple of cars in for corner waiting. Wayne's car coming at 477 kilos, I think it was. So you know, it's pretty light really. That's right up there with some of the best. But a couple of bits that he's got in, the nice bits that he wanted on there, diffusers and front splitters and that add a little bit of weight here and there, a few kilos here and there. But you know, it's around about the right weight. He's spent a lot of time and effort. The car looks amazing. Yesterday, so he's brought it back to how he first sort of built it when it was on the Stoney Channel, I think in 2018, I think, yeah, on the show stand. So yeah, it's even looking better than that. So nice to see him catch up and get his car sort of started again. We had the XTR on there, that was 530 kilos. So it shows you pretty much Wayne's car was pretty light there. They're meant to be, I'd say allegedly the 470 odd kilos, the XTRs, but it was 534, I think that came out. So yeah, that's what we've been up to. Hope you're enjoying it. As I say, like, share what we've been going on. If you want to see something different, or you're looking for opinions on things or how we do stuff, and shout us, drop us an email, etc. Test drives are still available. We did take a customer out today for a short blast. It's a bit warm, but you know, a short blast. But yeah, they're available. No more shows, as we know. So if you want to book in, give us a shout, phone call, email, etc., or messenger if it's easier for you, and we'll try and pick that up as well. That's it, guys. Enjoy the Formula 1 this weekend. Enjoy the sunshine while it lasts, and we'll catch you next week.